sparks endless curiosity. Perhaps we are making up for lost time in getting to know the creatures around us. Second, fungal vitality enters and pushes forward a revolution in biology. Throughout the 20th century, the modern synthesis, the coupling of genetics and evolution, held the attention of biologists. Working from the imagined lives of mammals, biologists saw autonomous organisms as representatives of autonomous species. Relations with other species were those of eat or be eaten. Today, this view looks archaic and ideological. Interspecies relations of all sorts had been ignored. It turns out that most organisms cannot develop into themselves without working with other species. We humans cannot digest our food without gut bacteria, for example. Fungi are in the thick of this scientific transformation, particularly those fungi involved in mutualistic relations with plants. These fungi bring water and nutrients to plants in exchange for carbohydrate meals. Some scientists think that the only reason trees can form forests is the support they get from mutualistic fungi. Thinking through interspecies relations changes the game entirely for ecology, evolutionary theory, and developmental biology. Evolution, for example, is no longer imagined as a species-by-species affair. Holobionts are multi-species evolutionary units. They evolve together. Attention to interactions across species also brings history into the heart of ecological attention. Interactions are always contingent and historical. History, in turn, opens the door for new forms of interdisciplinary interaction. And this is my third stream. If our object of study is ecological history, we need humanists as well as biologists to trace just how things came out this way. After several hundred years of academic contempt between the humanities and the natural sciences, new avenues of collaboration are becoming visible. Again, fungi have been at the heart of this opening. Fungal histories are a most promising arena for such work across disciplinary divides. Michael Hathaway's sketch of the interplay among humans, barley, yaks, oak scrub, and Matsutake in Tibetan Yunnan is an example of what becomes possible in this new conversation. What does a mushroom live for? The first half of Michael Hathaway's book presents material on the social lives of fungi, with and without human companions. The latter, that is, the attention to social relations even when no humans are present, is a radical break with much thinking in the social sciences. The field has indeed been coming to terms with the need to integrate non-humans into analyses of the sociality of humans, but not social relations between one non-human and another non-human. For many humanistic social scientists, leaving humans out of the scene of sociality raises the specter of a non-reflexive positivism. Anthropologists, in particular, have spent many years distancing ourselves from this kind of positivism, which can reduce both humans and non-humans to passive objects of a godlike gaze. Hathaway's insistence that mushrooms make worlds by associating with insects, soil minerals, and tree roots, as well as sometimes humans, pushes the critique of positivism in a new and provocative direction. To me, it is useful to think with science studies scholar Karen Barad's intra-action, that is, the social encounters through which beings take on form. Fungi become mutualists in particular interactions with roots. In other interactions with the same tree's roots, that same fungal species may become a parasite. Matsutake is one example of a fungus that can take both these forms. These are versions of Barad's agential cut, through which worldly form emerges in social relations. However, this is only one alternative to positivism. Hathaway's book should inspire a lively discussion of theories of social action, in which